All right, I saw the initiative die get rolled. We'll see who picks up the first obstacle.
And it's Marcel. So Marcel has the initiative.
At least you didn't bring the 3 smallest reps.
And just very quickly going for a 2-2 on that obstacle. Picking the, looks like the biggest one,
rock they have available, yep.
keeping it out of the way.
And looks like the rest is debris minus that little mustache. Yeah, Marcel likes to keep the rocks nice and open. That way he has plenty of space to just, barrel roll and sloop inside the rocks.
Okay, Will's kind of going for a middle of the board placement with this debris.
Trying to see if he can cut off that corner. Make it as tight to that 2-2 right corner rock as possible.
And again, we see a 2-2. Maybe a little bit more
It's
than
like a 2-3.
2-3. Setting up lanes here for Marcel, looks like. While Will tries to clog up the board a little more.
Mm-hmm. So after the final today, we might first, before we go too far, I want to say hashtag free Gion. This is the prison of my own making. I don't want to leave. Yeah, I'm super pumped about this final table. I think this is we've streamed a lot of store championships this year, and the quality of player that we have here at this final table is excellent.
Yeah, it is a premier matchup.
Yeah, this is great. We have 2 premier event winning champions playing against each other. If you want to learn how to play some X-Wing, I think this is going to be a match to do it. All of our content is on our YouTube page. Afterwards, I'll be just editing out the front and the back, and just post it up. One thing I don't do is I don't cut out planning phases, because I think learning pace of play is important. So I don't usually cut those out. But and we're commentating, so there's actually things to listen to.
Yeah, and I've been saying that the biggest difference between a casual event and a tournament level event is the clock. Getting used to that clock and figuring out how to play with that clock is such a big step when you're moving to a tournament level of play.
Absolutely. So we're gonna attempt to get the clock up on our screen here. It was acting a little funky earlier today, so we'll see if it wants to behave.
Dion, do you have audio on? Nope, just doesn't sound like it.
It's funny. Before we got started here, Johnny and I were joking. If you are at all avid, or if you're involved in X-Wing, you probably saw the supposed nerf thing that's being put around. We don't know how true it is or not. But it is interesting that both these lists contain elements that will supposedly be nerfed. So this might be the end of an age for what we see here.
Yeah, kind of the culmination of sort of the run that these jump masters have had.
Yep.
Like you said, we'll see if the nerf actually comes to pass.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like those are the changes that a lot of people have been asking for.
Mm-hmm.
And they certainly are in line with kind of previous attempts at nerfing these jump masters, but this time directly addressing a tiny mind link, which they have not addressed before.
Yep.
So we'll see if it comes to pass in the version that was sort of leaked across the internet.
Yep. So taking a look here, Marcel does he honestly probably sets up like this 95% of the time. So if you play Marcel, this is probably the setup you're going to see. I mean, they're PS3, they're usually going down before anything else anyway. But you actually have a ton of options out of this formation. So we'll see which opening he chooses to take. William's in a spot here where I mean, he probably just ends up doing a one. I think they're both going to do something to see if they can get a beat on the other one. Like William will probably just go one forward, and Marcel block himself and try to slow play it a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
That's what I think how we're going to start this game.
Yeah, it's interesting. You see Will setting up in the middle of the board, giving himself options, which way he's going to go. We'll see if he turns in immediately or if he slow plays it as well and sees what Marcel's positioning is.
Now, for the last match, when I was talking to Marcel, it was my opinion, last bigs had R2D2 on it. When I went over there to talk to him, he actually thought, he's like, honestly, that whole time I was thinking R4D6.
Yeah.
So that's why he never shot any torpedoes at bigs.
Wow.
And we were all talking about, like, oh, why don't you torp bigs here? It's because in his mind, he said he couldn't, you know?
Right.
Like, it would have been a waste.
Right.
But I told him, I was like, hey, look, you have R4D6 now, so don't get confused again.
All right, you want to get that clock started. We just saw the opening handshake.
We'll see if it works here. Nope, it is counting by twos. So we are going to just get rid of that right now. Put on our phones. Okay, and William is going aggressive out there with the stress hog, and looks like Marcel is coming pretty quick too.
You're alright. I'm sure they're parallel. Or tried to be. No, they were. But I bumped it when
Alrighty. Just focusing up. Now, one thing William could be doing here, we'll see what his other maneuvers are. He could be banking the stress hog out to be able to then bring it in and try to basically get behind the jump masters.
Yeah, kind of get a flank there. No, that makes sense.
Okay, looks like we're getting the same opening that Marcel did in the last game. It gives him lots of options here. He wants to get past that debris, that L-shaped debris that William placed there. It's a good spot for it when facing against a jump master player. But honestly, with all that open space that we have on Williams, the bottom right corner here, and that's why Marcel's barrel rolling here. He wants to be able to leverage all that space if he can.
That's right. Be able to fit your ships in and have the flexibility to barrel roll after the maneuver. All right, we have William moving bigs forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I fully expect the stress hog to do too hard to the left. Next turn, Biggs and Miranda may be banking in. I wonder if it's just going to go at it. I'm curious to see what...
Yeah, this Miranda is almost left out hanging a little bit. We'll see what William decides to do with her. Sozin agrees with your read on the Y-wing that it's going to do the too hard left this turn.
Because if Marcel at most will be able to remember we were talking about before, we were saying William will want to get only one torpedo at a time on that Y-wing, and that's what will happen here. If he does it too hard, and let's say Marcel did something like a one bank or a two bank, be able to get the target lock, it's only the one.
Sure.
So we will see. But then at the same time, you ever heard the saying that sometimes high-level X-wing looks like low-level X-wing?
I've not heard that. What is
Well, because sometimes it's like, do I do the best move, like the quote-unquote best move, or do I do the move that they don't think I'll do because it's considered a bad move?
Yeah,
so then you catch somebody off of position. All right. Thinking here.
All right, so Chad is saying that Miranda will just turn away to avoid those torpedo shots. Very possible.
Oh, absolutely. Why not turn away, drop the bomblet, and just kind of move away? William wants to live in the rocks. The rocks are a good place for his list. The rocks, I mean, they work for Marcel. Oh, there's the. Oh, he's going 3 turn, so that's a stress. But he doesn't care. He's like, you know what? This is the stress hog.
Yep.
It's
Might
job.
as well start it. Pulls out that 6-sided die. Keep count of the stress.
Yep. And that looks like a straight maneuver here.
Okay. So just staying at the edge. Oh, Jump Master's off the board.
No, it's fine.
No, I ate it.
Will attempt to target lock on Miranda.
Attempting target lock on Miranda, a.k.a. checking range
Yeah,
to
just
the Y-wing.
Getting some free information there.
Uh-huh. That's fine. You use all the tools. He's going to think now. Yeah, he has to focus with that one.
Okay.
Alrighty. I wonder if he has enough space to just barrel roll that silver Jump Master behind the red one. I think that's what I might do.
Probably they did different speed maneuvers to open, so there should be
There'll be one
speed
difference
in between. Yeah. And that's exactly what he's going to do.
Enough room?
Well, it looks like some template slippage is costing Marcel.
Yeah, so I guess he must have determined that it doesn't fit in there.
Yeah.
So, of course, gets to reset the barrel roll, but doesn't get the maneuver he was trying for. So we'll see if that actually affects play, but could be disrupting Marcel's plan here. All right, so that Y-wing will definitely get shots this turn, handing out stress.
All right, he's bringing Biggs and Miranda in. Here comes the battle. I mean, it's not a bad choice.
Yeah, I'm not sure what maneuver he dialed in with Miranda. Must have been the
That would be a 3 straight.
3 straight,
Yeah.
and just ends up as a
Shots
bump,
more important than action.
which is I'm sure according to plan.
Combat them?
It's fine. There's no. He can't get shot, though it does unfortunately mean that his TLTs won't be modded, but their TLTs is probably going to get at least 1 in.
Can shoot it.
All right, Miranda measuring here.
Looks like it's just short of the blue.
This one's single focus. This one's double.
He's also checking to see if the red one has range on Biggs. It's a soft range check there.
All this subtle kind of posturing by the high-level players.
We're gonna shoot this one.
All right, so he's going to go at the silver one.
Yep. TLT one.
TLTs.
4, nothing.
Looks like nothing. 3 eyeballs.
Right on, here you shoot. So second one.
Switch him out. Switch him out. Get
And
I'm thinking about charging it up.
a pause for some reason. Spends a shield
I just flip him face
for a
down.
4 dice TLT.
Okay, he really wants to get damage out.
One.
That's
And
just
I
one.
See a 1, yeah.
There's an evade
Yeah,
there.
evaded. Okay, so spending that shield and not getting any damage through.
Check in range to that one. Range 2.
Range 2 shot from Biggs on the silver one. He's got a focus token. Spends it. Does not spend
Does
it.
not
Just
spend it.
one.
Okay. So playing a little bit defensive here with Biggs.
I think that's a
makes
smart
sense.
play.
Yeah.
Smart play. And here come the jumps now. So he's starting with the blue one. And they're all probably all go on Biggs, get those target locks out there. See if you can strip that focus and just start doing damage.
So 2 on 4.
And it looks like it's going to be 2 range 3 shots.
I'll spend my focus.
So
2, he's going to spend the focus, get the target lock. And that is 1 shield off
one
Biggs.
evade, 1 shield gone.
Alright, so we've got
Alrighty.
Do you know why Marcel switches dice every attack?
I will spend my focus, get a target lock.
He just, I don't know why, but I know he does every
Okay.
time. It just feels good, he says. Ooh, 3 blanks on Biggs. That means that's a shield and a
And a
card
damage card.
Next guy.
Yeah, so Biggs taking some damage early here.
off of 2 dice turrets at range 3. Little rock got bumped there. And last but not least, silver one at range 2.
You shot me at 2. Blanked out.
Blank. Spends the focus for the target lock. And is he going to spend it right away or going to hold on to it?
I think he's holding.
He's spending it. He's going for
Spending
it.
it. Okay.
Going for it.
Yeah, just get damage through all you can.
Yep.
So that's a 1
Oh, you already spent one.
1 damage.
They changed that
Yep.
rule.
And,
And 1 evade.
evaded.
Something big.
Actually, I should have saved it now that I think about it. Yeah, go ahead.
Alrighty, now Stress Hog's going to come in. Who's he going to fire at? Who's he going to stress to hell and back?
Looking at that red one.
Shoot that dude.
We've got all 3 of them.
You remember he gets to shoot the TLT and the primary, so it's going to be a double stress here.
No, not one.
This isn't obstructed, is it?
No, it is not.
I really want to
Yeah.
shoot the one with the focus.
Yeah, Sozin, I'm also agreeing that the spending of that target lock,
Unless it's range
mean,
2.
there's a chance there, but I don't think that was the right play.
Alright, so I'll take the range 3
We'll see.
here.
So we're going range 3 at the red one.
You guys?
Take a stress to give a stress to everybody.
Good crit.
2 hits. On this is probably the primary first.
Yeah, I think it has to be.
2.
And misses, but delivers the stress.
Hands out 3 stress.
Yep.
Really.
I'm gonna shoot this guy.
And then now we're going to go at the silver one. Double stress on the silver one. 2. I expect the silver one to take some damage, though. He does have a focus token on that one, so he might be able to get out of some. There you go. Spend the focus.
Okay.
All right, that's not too bad.
And second shot, 1 hit.
You gotta do damage.
And 1 evade. All right, so
Okay.
he takes no damage in that exchange, but does take 2 stress. We'll see what the Y-Wing does, whether it's going to try to maybe go in for a block here. That wouldn't be bad,
Spend his focus.
though I don't think he can't block, for instance, the 1 forward. Why not leverage the turrets again? Biggs, I don't know. Where do we think Biggs is going to go? Maybe to the hard right to get away? Set up
Yeah,
Miranda
but
for a bombing run?
I don't know. If Biggs is not shooting and is, going to die soon, then that's kind of a waste of points. Hard to say here.
That's crazy that Marcel didn't take any damage this turn.
Yeah, absolutely.
You move first, right? So you
So effectively, Biggs has 3 hull left because he does have 2 plus the droid. Will Marcel use any of the torpedoes on Biggs? He's going to try to avoid it because R4D6 is on there. But if he needs to, he will. But he does have. He's going to want to save it for the Stress Hog, and especially for Miranda. So all those jump masters are in spots where they can get rid of the stress. The double stress one's not going to be able to do anything. So we'll see what he does there. What could he do here? See, that one's double. The stress hog's probably going to be targeting the blue jump master next turn.
Yeah, kind of based on the angle there.
Mhm.
Yeah, because William doesn't really want to turn. He doesn't want to turn left necessarily because he sort of traps himself.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Marcel maybe tries to go for a block with that silver one. Kind of a hard 2 get in the way. But then you have Miranda possibly dropping bombs. I don't know. This is tough. Both players seem to have their dials set. Marcel's doing the double, triple check.
Double, triple check. He does have intel on bigs. Not that it matters too much, because the lead silver one can't do any blocking, but it could determine an action on the blue jump master, depending on what the stress hog does. I mean, yeah. So then, I mean, 1 forwards isn't horrible on everybody.
Keep arcs, yeah.
Yeah, keeps the arcs, keeps them offensive. But I think that turn of falling that far behind with bigs is going to hurt William, especially that he might be able to get some of those guys into range 1, and then Marcel leverage that turret and just take bigs off the board.
Okay. Ready?
And we'll see what happens.
Yep. So I will intel agents.
So give him he's like 1 second. Got intel on bigs.
3 this way.
So it looks like he is doing a turn or a bank to the left with bigs.
You move first.
And the Y-wing goes first.
One bank.
Is that a 1 bank?
1 bank probably,
Okay.
yep. Yeah, I mean the 1 bank with the Y-wing, honestly, that arc is so big right now. The Y-wing can choose whoever he wants.
Sure.
Like this turn, he's gonna be able to double stress
No
somebody.
turret, no problem.
Uh-huh.
All right, Marcel is figuring out which jump master he wants to move. Apparently, this is a big decision.
Yeah, he might have dialed in something like a 2 hard with the silver one, which would be a block. So, no. Oh, well, I don't know. It's green. 2 bank.
2 bank.
Okay, he's clear. He's clear. From the expression, I would guess that he's not going to have a shot on bigs. He's going to take a range 1 shot from the stress hog and end up double stressed again. For sure. But it looks like 2 ships are going to end up double stressed this turn because you don't have to shoot your primary and the turret at the same ship.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, clears the stress and focuses the team.
Yep. It looks like that's probably a hard one from the red one.
Okay, so that clears the stress as well.
Alright, so he is there.
Okay.
And
what?
so, does the Y-wing have a valid TLT shot? Oh, I guess on the red one. That's
Yep.
right.
But what he'll do first, he'll shoot the silver one first to double stress it. And then they all get a stress, and then shoot the red one for the second.
Yeah.
The second one. Now, what he's deciding here is, does he want to target lock Miranda? That's the temptation right now. Do I target lock Miranda or the stress hog even?
You moved his lock, by the way.
Die 2, I've never heard of people microwaving their dice. That seems like a bad idea, but whatever.
Yeah, why? why would one do that?
Target lock and start. Put the hurt on Miranda.
maybe like if you microwave it just right, you like melt the plastic on the inside but not the outside, so it like all like shifts to one side or something. That's gonna be the thing. Maybe
You've got R2, whatever, right?
that kind of moves the air bubbles around if there are any.
Right.
Shoot this guy. Yeah, you shoot.
I understand.
Okay, so yeah, apparently you can load your dice by microwaving them. Never heard of that. Someone should try it with X-Wing dice. See if it,
I mean, I
see
am
if it
gonna
works.
not target lock Miranda, but I'm thinking about. I'm not gonna target lock Miranda, but I'll get myself ready to get rid of some stress, and then I.
And we see that red one deciding to barrel roll. So just kind of repositioning here, maybe setting up for next turn.
So I guess that worked.
I'll block this guy first. And then
So we're gonna
put him back on top, and then.
3-bank. I think the idea behind a 3-bank here from William is to avoid one extra shot from one of the jump masters. While blocking can be a good thing, one of the things it does take away from your block ship is you can't shoot the ship that you blocked.
Yeah. of course.
So
So that is the cost of blocking, perhaps.
yeah, exactly. Marcel does have 2 torpedoes on Biggs if he wants it. He probably kills Biggs if he fires them both. 'Cause max he can do is 2 damage with R4D6. So and it looks like Miranda is doing some bumpage as well.
Oh shoot!
So the chat is reading it as Biggs bumped into the Y-wing, not into the jump master. Kind of hard to tell from
No,
here.
from our angle, it's a jump master for sure.
Alright, because I also thought you could have like gone here and then like, what's the word?
Slammed.
Slammed
I
away.
thought about going out, but
That was my fear of doing that.
Almost ran into the Y-wing for sure. It was very close.
So what do you think about Williams' positioning here? Is he sort of where he wants to be, or is this a dangerous spot?
I think it's a dangerous spot because you go, if the blue one and the red one just kill Biggs, you are setting up the silver one with a range 1 shot. And here comes TLTs. On the red, got 1 dice, rolling. Those evade dice are staying hot.
Wow. Still no damage from Marcel.
All right, he's regenning the shield that he spent last turn. And he got another one.
Wow.
Whoa. You know what? Sometimes fate speaks. And here it is. All right, so
People talk about TLT being consistent damage, but
it can be. Well, see, the thing is that 2 turns in a row, Williams had no actions.
yeah, that's kind of the big key, huh?
Yep. And it looks like he's going to be taking that first bit of damage here. He's going to be taking 1 shield on the red one.
No, so it's 70, 71, 71. Oh, it is there. Just I didn't see it. Oh yeah, I shoot first.
But actions help me. TLT will get you a lot of symbols, but if you don't have focus, it can hurt. All right, Marcel's thinking
Well, he's got 2 torpedoes.
on his shots here. He's debating whether or not to spend those torpedoes. 2 torpedoes to get Biggs off the board.
I think you do it.
I think you do it, yeah.
I mean, otherwise you run the risk of not firing off those torpedoes.
Yep.
Torpedo.
He's going for it. This is first torpedo gone off of the red one.
following 4 hits.
You have to spend that target lock, but it'll be coming back for a reroll or to save for next turn.
There you go.
And that's the symbols he needs. He's going to spend the focus, guidance chips to.
Yeah, keep my focus.
He's not gonna spend the focus. Look like he's saving it for defense.
See 1 evade. So
3 get through, but he's going to R4D6,
and then
make it only 2.
he has to also.
Oh.
Oh.
I think did he forget about? Oh no, there's a crit in there. There's a crit in there. Can't do anything about R4D6 in the crit.
That's right. Only cancels hits.
Yep. So Biggs is off the table. That's why Marcel got excited. He saw the crit.
He's got bomblet.
Okay, so that's really big.
That's huge.
Big's taken off. Represents 26 points of Williams' list.
Now the choice is here. Now, do you go after the stress hog or Miranda? I think you, man, you just pound at Miranda while you can. I mean, she's gonna slam jam away next turn.
Yeah, I think so.
Now you have to go. I mean, the double stress sucks, but you could probably deal with it if you can really hurt Miranda here. You're going to set up some target locks by spending focus. And this is the debate he's having right now. Because he's got Miranda right there. What's the expression? Like 1 in hand and 2 in the what's like a hand in the hand. What is it? Come on, you know what I'm talking about. I don't remember the expression. You just want to hear me struggle?
Keep guessing. 1 in the hand is worth 2 in the bush?
There you go. You're mean.
I don't host a hit podcast, so
You know,
I don't have
this
the
is-
kind of pressure you
this
do.
is very true.
You know what? He's got 8, right?
Alrighty. It's a range 1 shot. We're not sure who he's going at 'cause he's going at the Y-wing. I don't think that's the right choice from the blue one.
It is range 1, right?
He's reconsidering. Oh, there he goes. Alrighty. That's 3 hits. It looks maybe that's a focus over there.
Yeah, I think you just brought the hits forward, so 2.
He's debating whether to spend the focus. I mean, you're gonna get shot. I say you spend. I mean, if you're gonna
Yep.
shoot that target, just try to kill it.
Well, I mean, he's full health.
Yeah.
Too, so
There's no reason to be cagey about it.
Target lock and not spend target lock.
maybe he's just playing the time game. Oh, no, he is spending it, huh?
So you still have your,
I guess it was a blank,
You don't
not
have
a
focus then.
No, I spent it.
Okay.
not a focus. It was a blank.
So that makes the decision a little harder.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's 2 hits. You got
And a blank on the defense.
2 shields.
So that's 1 shield left on the Gold Squadron Y-wing. Range 1 again, spends a focus, gets a target lock on the Y-wing.
And
Does not spend it, or at least not yet.
spend it.
Debating.
A lot of tough decisions at the final table.
Keeping the 2.
And
I think he held on to the target lock
shield.
and a shield off.
Looks like that was an evade. So
Only this dude's damaged?
shields are down on the Gold Squadron Y-wing. One cool thing William does, he actually uses Gold Squadron podcast buttons
Yeah, I
as his
saw that
shields on the
yesterday.
Y-wing.
We'll shoot at the silver one then. He's still got the extra, right? Yep, so we'll shoot him with the primer.
All right, so the consensus in the chat seems to be that Marcel is ahead right now.
I would agree. He's definitely ahead. All right, so that's 1 damage. It's going to be 1 on... Wasn't clear on who he shot.
We'll shoot the TLT, we have to, out at him. So I'm going to...
Let's see when he puts out the stress.
And then he'll get a second
So-
one.
No, that one's getting the second shot.
Is for 3.
3, so it takes another one.
Yeah,
For
we'll
the
shoot
red.
TLT here. So he's down 2 shields. Second one's for just 1.
back to dial. So I'll go double check those damage, make sure we got it
Yeah.
right. So we have the red one down 2. I'll double check and be back in a second.
We're gonna do that and then drop a bomb.
Take the high ground. Alrighty, so Marcel has not spent any of his ordnance. He'll be able to leverage those definitely against Miranda. He's going to want to get all 3 of them on her if he can. Like Johnny said, we're updating the stats here. We're going to go double check.
Bomblet and clusters.
And the bomblets are like range 1 everywhere, right?
71's missing 1, 70's missing 2.
And Johnny's checking that the stress status as well. That's true, yeah. He's got 4 in the chamber. What's the update?
The silver Jumpmaster is also missing 1 shield, in addition to the 2 off of the red.
Okay. Did you notice whether or not the silver Jumpmaster was double stressed? Because there's one here. I don't know if the second one is behind the ship.
I did not notice. I think it's only got the 1.
Okay.
I'm not 100% on that.
Want to intel him?
That guy. I mean, this guy.
You got both.
Okay.
One softs.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, that guy's.
A little intel agent action going.
Flip it over and show it to you first.
So Brady McCoy says he's not a fan of paper cut lists because it depends on too many things going right. I would say that changes a little bit when you're working with a clock, because if a paper cut, quote-unquote paper cut list can survive to the end of the game,
Yep.
that still ends up as a win.
Yep.
So really depends on the context in which you're flying these lists, and the clock, in my opinion, makes a big difference.
Yeah, that's fair point, Brady. It's just one of those things where, in a 75-minute match, paper cut lists are really good. They're really good. The extra, when you pull it to 2 hours, that extra 45 minutes can make a big difference for a paper cut list, because it has to deal. The opposing player can just try to avoid damage a little bit longer. If you're playing that runaway game, you can get caught pretty easily. But we'll see. Especially when you have more time to plan it out. Okay. So yeah, one thing that we did notice in the chat, it looks like so you guys can hear the table mic. We actually can't. But so William did up the stress on the stress hog when he shot, but he didn't announce the R3A2. So that's the reason why Marcel never put down the stress on the silver one.
Yeah, he's going somewhere.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Line up as best I can. Let's see, I'm actually sliding just hit his nose. Yeah.
All right, looks like it bumps the peg.
Close flying
Yeah,
there.
that would be my
so that was
interpretation.
Not going anywhere. You're stuck.
I'm not stuck.
The peg counts when it comes to
The
bumping.
bumping, yep.
Oh, I thought you were. Okay, yeah, you're not stuck.
So this is all.
Well, we did get the focus out there, so that's going to help with some damage here.
Are you trying to think if you want to
Magnetized ships, I think mostly Marcel is big on the bumping and the blocking with the Jumpmaster, so they're easy to move out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool just customization. So I think there's like how they look, I think is pretty cool. Also, if your hand sort of grazes a magnetized ship, sometimes you can get away with only moving the ship and not disrupting the base, which is a bit harder when you have fixed ships. Yeah, I mean, maybe they look kind of silly, flopping around, going in all directions, but I know a lot of players who like to magnetize their ships.
Well, you can just put it like that because I think all three.
Hey, Brady here is asking about bombs being dropped if Miranda's
Well, it looks like he's doing it right now. It's prox mine.
cluster mine.
Cluster mine, sorry, that one. So it looks like the center one and the left side one definitely go off.
So the first one, I roll or you roll?
2 dice twice. You roll.
Okay, so the first one.
All right, so first two,
1 damage.
that's 1 damage. That's the silver one.
71. No saving yet.
And rolling again
No, I'm
With
gonna
new
decide on
dice?
the
with new dice, always.
2 damage.
And that's 2 more hits. So shields are down.
And then Sabine might
Oh,
come
yeah.
into play. I'm not sure.
I don't know. About
I would
this
imagine
guy.
he
Let's do this one, but
would
he's
have
the one
wanted
that's
to
like-
use
Yeah,
Sabine.
it looks like he's checking right now to see like the hole. He's just we'll just do the Sabine there, and then so it's going down to 4.
No, how many damage is that? Mine?
Cluster mines are good. They're very good.
3 plus.
Okay.
Plus your saving, 4
4
total.
total damage.
So there's some spike damage there with those cluster mines.
All right, let's.
I made my
Yeah,
template.
the bombs did do the most damage this game for sure.
I think if you fly straight.
Yeah, TLT is not working. Just bomb them.
Yeah. So I expect William to probably get a little bit aggressive here with his Miranda's turret, because potentially, I mean, he does have 4 hull left here. While he doesn't have any mods, he could spend a shield and just try to do a 4 dice primary at the Silver Jumpmaster if he wanted to. Which is, there you go. He pulls out that he's debating it.
Definitely thinking about it. Yeah, just keep pouring damage on. You need to take a jump master out.
Let's do it. We gotta get the damage in. Okay. So shield.
Good call. You never know. You might get lucky.
I gotta get some damage in here. 2.
1. I'll keep my focus.
There's 1 damage.
All right, looks like that was 1 damage there
Left on the Y.
on the Silver
Mine's
Jumpmaster.
got 5.
All right. So we'll start with.
It looks like Poland wins the team tournament. Not surprised there. Great players over there. So 3 hits against the Y-Wing. And so that's 3 more damage on the Y-Wing.
All right.
3 cards.
Okay. Next one.
Down to 2.
Down to 2 hull on that Y-Wing.
Serious cleanup duty.
And then we have another shot coming in.
1, 2.
Looks like
Target lock.
This is probably on.
Focus. Require the target lock. Plus your deck.
Well, that's on the.
Yeah, that one makes me dead.
All right. Next is.
had to be on the Y-wing.
Yeah, it
and
looks like the
there
Y-wing
goes
didn't
the
bump.
Y-wing.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Range 2.
A little bit surprising here. So Miranda has quite a list facing off against her.
And I'll spend it and keep the target lock.
And then from long range, he gets a shield off Miranda.
All right, Miranda's down to 7 health.
I think he's at 3 shields. I'm gonna go just do a double check here with all the regen and stuff. Just check where we are at.
Absolutely.
He does have a stress.
Oh, it was this one. Or no, it was this dude.
No, because you double stressed him the first time around.
So they're just checking all the tokens,
No,
making
he
sure the
did-
stress is
he
all
cleared
where it
his-
needs
he
to
cleared his
be.
stress. He just bumped. That's why I didn't get an action.
Okay.
Dion already got up to check,
Well, he
so
did, 'cause he bumped into Miranda.
even though they said
that's
7
right,
health,
yeah.
I'm sure he'll
He
just
bumped into
confirm that. So yeah, Miranda's got a tall order here. Probably just going to fly through those obstacles, keep some distance, drop bombs along the way if they're useful,
It ends up
and just take TLT shots, try to stay alive. Marcel, I'm sure, will kind of give chase and maybe spread out a little bit, keep his options open, make sure Miranda doesn't just have a clear path of egress. He should still have some torpedo shots left. So we'll see, but definitely Miranda's in a bit of trouble here.
So Miranda actually only has 2 shields left. That's relevant with the regen. Now, did you talk about how that bomb's actually in a pretty great spot.
you're probably gonna have to do it too.
Right, that scout only has 3 hull left. If it goes off, it's potential to die. But I think what we're going to see from Marcel here is that Jumpmaster is going to peel away, and its job is just to provide focus tokens.
Just give focus, yep.
Where we at in time, Johnny?
I have us at an hour and 20 minutes still to
Hour
go.
20 minutes. That's plenty.
So still not even down to the level of a normal match.
Yep. Yeah, I mean what's the word I'm trying to say? The pressure is on William right now. Marcel does not have to be hyper aggressive. He just got to make sure he sets up his target lock and his focus and all that. But William's really gonna have to put in some work here.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. He's peeling away, 4 forward. Get out. Let's put that shit back on there. It looks cooler. There you go. That's right. I don't play a game of squares. I play a spaceship game.
Paid good money for that plastic.
That's right. Alrighty. 1 hard is gonna plop him right in front of that bomb, but he's fine. He's got plenty of space for next turn.
Yeah, so Brady is pointing out, he says, I have the feeling we won't have to worry about triple jump masters in the near future. I believe that's the case as well.
Well, not these at least.
Not these, sure.
Yeah,
Maybe
they
triple
might
jump
look a
masters.
little different.
I know Marcel was experimenting with a list with trick shot and what's the one where you can drop debris?
Recargo shoot.
Recargo shoot. Yeah, I know he was experimenting with that for a while. So maybe that's a new flavor of Jump Masters to play. I don't know. We'll have to see.
So Marcel taking the barrel roll here. What he's doing is he's setting himself up to have space to catch Miranda.
Yeah, basically no matter which way Miranda goes, she'll have a Jump Master to face off against.
I just literally was saying it. Words were coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, he's going to drop that bomblet, but I don't think it's going to be in range of anything.
Yeah, maybe with the angle, I don't know. It's going to be close to the red one, but might as well drop it anyway, right?
You never know.
And a 3 bank.
And that Jump Master does have a target lock on Miranda.
So Miranda could slam out of the way, protect herself. Nope, just decides to go for a focus.
He has to fight. He has no
Yeah.
choice, really.
All right, measuring for the bomblet.
2 dice to him.
And I see Marcel going for dice.
So it looks like it's in range.
And I see 1 damage. And
On the red one.
On the red one. And Sabine, I'm not sure.
I only have 3. I have only 3.
Probably.
I lost 1.
Yeah,
We're gonna assume Sabine.
I only saw 1 shield get pulled off, but yeah, you'd have to think Sabine is active.
I spilled a bunch of them, and I thought one underneath my couch.
Well, I guess we only saw the 1 shield, so we're just gonna pull off the 1.
Yeah, we'll confirm after this.
Yeah.
round.
What's up? Oh, no.
Ninja says Sabine did trigger, so
Yeah, I want to
we'll,
shoot
we'll double check.
All right.
Which is kind of what I want. you got a torpedo locked
So
in
we're
on
checking
me,
to see if it's obstructed or not. They're gonna have to call a judge to determine closest to closest, probably.
Yeah, if you're
That
not
would-
if you're not
if
sure,
you're not
just
100%
call a
sure.
judge. I know Ron and Andrea are basically just
so
standing
TLT.
by to help field calls.
First one's for
All right. You got 2 hits. And they are determined it is obstructed. So it's going to be obstructed the other way. So it's going to be 1 damage on the red one. Should be the first card. And regenning a shield on Miranda. And that one misses.
And then I'll
So let's give Miranda her shield back. She's at 3 shields.
4, and that's the second one.
Yep, so he's done there with those.
Keep moving this. That was on the 2.
It wasn't too cornered, but it was
too
inside
here.
of this one.
Sorry. I need to get a better one because since it's white,
All right, here's the torp.
I will spend the focus.
That's plenty of paint. Spend the focus. Get the target lock back.
Wow.
That's a plasma, right? They're all plasmas.
Wow, Miranda's going to be hurting. I see paint.
That's paint, so that's going to be an evade. So it's going to be 3 shields.
3
Shields
shields.
are gone. Miranda's naked.
For now.
For now, yeah. Yeah, when you start getting into that juicy hull, that's when things start feeling good. Can you double check a couple things? Can you find out how many torps you got left in the red one? And the damage on these guys.
Sure.
Just kind of see where they are. Thank you. Now, while this does look bad for William, Marcel cannot get too aggressive here because he does have Miranda gets to shoot first. If he gets too aggressive, you got the bomblet generator. I think what we're going to see here from Marcel, not 100% sure. He's not really in a great place to get the next torpedo off, especially depending on, we're going to double check the health on the red Jumpmaster.
Yeah, Big's dropping to the double crits, letting me save that torpedo.
Yeah, that's huge. You needed it. Well, that, I controlled the range.
Okay,
in the
so the
first
red one,
engagement, so you
no
couldn't shoot off
torpedoes.
torpedoes.
All right, torpedoes are gone on there.
No shields, as we have. The silver one, no shields, and 2 damage cards like we have. So I think we're up to date.
All right, cool. And the torps are spent on the red one. Okay. All right, Miranda's skirting away, as that's her job. She's gonna try to leverage those TLTs and try to pick them off. Without the shields, the contracted scout, we're getting into that hole. If the TLTs start hitting, that's 2 damage potential per turn. You might be able to kill him in 3 turns, especially if he gets some of those bomblet hits, maybe even less than that.
But do you have to regen shields every turn?
That's very true. That can help. That can prevent some things there. Beautiful. Beautiful. 3 bank. He's going for the target lock. Okay, he's doing the 1 hard here. Here's the disadvantage with Miranda's ability. If you don't have anyone to shoot, you don't get to regen.
Yeah, that's right. You can't just strictly run away and avoid everything.
Yep, this is a strong play. I'm kind of surprised that Marcel didn't barrel roll away a little bit. But the 2 hard might put him far enough away where he doesn't have a shot.
Dropping that bomblet token because why not?
Yeah, so Miranda's going to get to shoot here.
So this is.
I personally, I think I would have barrel rolled the red one away so he couldn't regen, but we'll see what happens. Because at max you end up at the same thing, right? He regens, you maybe do 1 damage
Sure.
at range 3.
Because I should have. Just the 1 shot there. Range 2 or 3. Doesn't matter for my TLT.
We'll see what happens.
I'll have to check it for years. TLT1. Spin the focus then.
Okay, I think spending the focus for
Yep.
3, so gets the damage in, and then regenning shield on the second one. That could still be 2 damage though.
It could be, because that's 2 hits.
And yeah, taking another one.
Alright, shooting back at you, range 2.
And it is range.
That's 2.
Looks like it's range 3.
By an inch. So, he does second dice. 2.
2 hits.
Spin focus 3 fire target lock. So,
And
use
Miranda
that
takes
shield
1, so we net the same thing. We're not going to change Miranda. We might change Miranda at all. It didn't change.
Yeah, kind of.
All right, so William comes out slightly ahead on that exchange.
So was that range 2 or 3?
You rolled 2, so that was range 3 then, right? Yeah.
I'm just asking for
Intel.
Alrighty. So we got 3 there. The silver one still has at least 1 torp in it. We might be able to catch him with the silver one. Would it be crazy for the blue one just to go like 4 straight? He already got the target lock. So you do something like a 2 hard with the red one.
Right.
Get the focus. You take the silver one, something like a maybe not the silver one first. Well, I get them out of the target already. So you can go with the silver one like 3 bank, or 2 has a target. Does that one have a target lock? Target lock. Target lock. You want the target lock here, so you could go like a 2 bank, maybe get the target lock there, and then blow through that debris cloud and not care about the stress, because now you got 2 torps on her.
Yeah, it's hard to say. You don't want to get too close with these jump masters because you have the bombs, and then Miranda can just slam sort of out of the way. It'll be interesting to see how Marcel controls range here. If he goes fast or kind of hangs back. I mean, Miranda is kind of painting herself into a corner here. Yeah, not sure.
Alrighty. I'm curious to see what Marcel does here. I mean, I know that the moves that I said were kind of crazy, but if he can catch them in both arcs, that could be good. But then Miranda could slam away, right? So maybe that's a little too aggressive. Slam is really good. But then again, right, William has to do damage to have a chance to win.
Yeah, that's right. William does still have another cluster mine to drop, so if Marcel gets close, that could be a way to get damage.
Ready.
Before
Yeah.
you reveal that.
I thought about just like shooting that.
Alright, so first jump master here.
Okay,
Okay, 2 banking.
just trying to kind of cut off that escape route.
Mm-hmm.
Decided not to. But I figured I'd rather just maybe.
Barrel roll.
Okay. So really just kind of a setup turn for Marcel, at least with that silver jump master.
Yeah, I know. That's how I'm rolling.
Also making sure he has enough range to not get shot.
But you're not touching it.
So it looks like Marcel is taking the, like you said, like a setup turn. We're probably going to see a 1 hard from the blue one next turn. because Marcel's way ahead. He has no reason to be hyper aggressive,
Yeah.
except if he wants to try to go home early.
Yeah, he just set up here, set up another joust perhaps to get more torpedoes off. Stay away from Miranda and her turret and her bombs.
Chasing her, huh? Got sick of chasing her?
No, I figure I want to get at least two shots on you, and this way I know that at least you won't be
Runner AZ, this is the championship round, so whoever wins this wins the store championship.
Takes it home.
one forward, in which case you might have me. There you go.
Now with that barrel roll, I won't.
Go ahead.
All right. Hit 3 forward. I expected you to like fly through the debris real fast, cut towards me as fast as possible. I was like, oh, I don't know if I could risk that 3 back.
And Miranda will be out of range for any shot, so that means no regen. So I got Gold Squadron on Gold Squadron here. We'll see what happens. Who's going to take it home?
And slam target lock.
So William is gonna be trying to see if he can get that that silver Jumpmaster off the board. Out of range for the advanced slam target lock. That's what that measuring was. Yes, Sozin was our last store championship winner, and now the crown will be passed to one of these two gentlemen here. Sorry, Sozin.
Ready? Focus.
Oh, he's going that way. I see his ship is facing that.
All right, coming around with that red one, kind of getting him back in line with the other two, and handing out focus.
Alrighty. Marcel's hoping that too hard is just long enough to be able to have range for the target lock and force Miranda, which is going to be close. I think it might be just out. Oh, just in.
You got the lock?
Yeah, I was saying yesterday, I'm constantly surprised by how long that
The range ruler.
3 is. It always catches me off guard.
Yeah, this guy's doing
Especially the perspective of the camera, right? Like,
Yeah.
the closer it is to the camera, the
Seems
longer
like-
it looks.
Yeah, that's right.
Alrighty. So, what's the play here? He's going to be the focus guy. I think I might have tried the barrel roll. Oh, Miranda's in a bad spot.
On target lock now.
Yeah, they all do.
Focus up, then I
Yeah, just focus up, do the best that you can. And taking a TLT shot on the, well, measuring to both ships and shooting at the silver one.
Mm-hmm.
This guy has 3. And then probably it. We got 8.
Ready. So here come the shots.
On the hurt one?
yeah, 71 is hurt.
There, we're regenning a shield. First TLT misses.
I'll save
So Miranda gets a shield back.
And is he?
He's spending the
he's
focus.
Spending the focus. Okay. Well,
So he'll shoot his first torpedo.
might as well spend it while you can, I guess. And Marcel very quickly removing that munitions token, signaling a torpedo shot.
Nom 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 nom.
I see a lot of blinks there.
Yep, he's got to
Okay.
spend that. He's going to need one paint here. Ooh, that's bad. All right, so 3 hits.
3 hits.
So all 3 get through. That's going to be a shield and 2 damage cards on Miranda. And is he in range for the other torpedo? Is he an arc?
He's
Looks like it.
I see 4 dice there. Yep.
Spends it. That's going to be it.
I gotta get one. I gotta get one.
It's 4 and you've got 3 life left.
Oh, yeah, so it's it.
Good game.
Good game. All right, so we see these triple jump masters just dominate the field as they have been for quite some time, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great game. I'm gonna get Marcel and William over here and have them chit chat about the game.
Definitely.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right, so Marcel takes the Pastime Store Championship. Triple Jump Masters. We'll see. We'll see if this is the last Triple Jump Masters that we see. If that nerf ends up coming to be. But the nerf to Advanced Slam was also part of that FAQ, so this might be the last of this variety of bombing list that we see that relies on Miranda and Advanced Slam.
Actually, that was probably the move.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that. Then
Jaden says it'll never be the last Triple Jump Masters. As chat was saying, it's a very efficient ship and is probably not going to be very far away from the meta. I'm sure we'll see more varieties of Jump Masters in the future if that FAQ is true.